Hey, what is happening, YouTube and weight loss warriors? It's your boy C-Dub, and I'm back with another video. Today, I want to talk to you about OMAD and how it has affected the people around me. Right back after this. What's going on, guys? It's C-Dub, and I'm back for another video. And I want to talk to you guys about OMAD and what impact it's made around me personally, not just me, but around the people around me. And I think that's it's very interesting in my life, so I wanted to share it with you guys. I wanted to start by saying that early in this process, my wife decided that maybe she would give it a shot, and she would eat, and she does a 20 and 4 schedule, so it's not quite OMAD, it's more warrior diet, but she does occasionally do OMAD, and she did have a 24 hour fast yesterday. So she is growing into that kind of stuff. And in the beginning, she was totally like, hey, this is something that I can't do, something I'm not interested in. But since then, she's probably lost 10 pounds. She feels great. She's definitely has more energy, has more of a positive attitude. I think in general, it's been good for her. And hers maybe not as dramatic as the rest of them because she was little to begin with. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I think it's definitely affected her in a positive way. And moving on to my mom, which has always been on the overweight side. She was diagnosed with a fatty liver probably 2 years ago. She went to the doctor the other day, and they said that her fatty liver has been completely reversed, that her blood work looked better than it has in years, and her blood pressure is just phenomenal. She's doing everything with her is looking really good and really solid. And she does some fasting now too, obviously. I think she's more of a 16-8. But the fasting has turned a fatty liver completely around for her. Moving on to my dad, which is a super interesting one. He called me up the other day to brag that he was 165 pounds. Congrats to you, Pops. I think he's been up into the 180s. I'm not sure exactly where. But he started OMAD recently, and he's been working at it since about January, and he's already down to 165. So he's probably had close to a 20-pound weight loss, and he's feeling phenomenal. He's feeling amazing. He's just like, how in the world have I not been doing this my whole life? And this is a guy that was a pharmacist, and he thought that eating, 3 meals a day was the only way to go, and that if you weren't eating enough, you'd get hypoglycemic and you'd get yourself in trouble. And now he's completely changed his way of thinking there. One of the interesting stories the other day that he said to me too was he was at a Boy Scout dinner, and he wanted a piece of cake, and he went and ate, well, he actually ate 2 pieces of cake, and he hadn't had cake in years, and he felt okay with it because it was with his one meal. And he ended up getting on the scale the next day and had a loss. And he was like, wow, this is just amazing. He hadn't eaten cake in 2 years. 2 years of not eating cake. He went and got himself some cake the other day. Another example of OMAD working well. The next one that I wanted to bring in to this conversation was one of my assistant wrestling coach, Big Raj. And Big Roger met me this year. Met me when I was already losing weight, already pretty skinny. And he was on the opposite end of his journey, but wanted to start. And so he went from barely being able to walk probably 1,500 steps in a day to consistently getting 10. He had a wrestling tournament with me this February. He ended up getting 20,000 steps. His weight has come down about 45 pounds. Really excited to see where he's going to be next year this time, after he's got a whole year under his belt fasting. I think he's getting better. He's feeling better, turning his situation around there. And lastly, I want to talk to you about the first guy that got on board with me, so I know he's going to be excited to hear that. But my Uncle Tom. And my Uncle Tom came over to visit me after I'd had my knee surgery, which was in May of last year, and I started in April. So it was probably a month and a week or so into my journey, and I had lost a pretty good amount of weight, and I was looking a lot different already. I mean, it happened so quick. And he said, hey, what's going on with the weight loss? How have you lost this much weight this quick? And I started to explain the situation for him, and he said, you know what, I can't do it because I love breakfast. And just out of my mouth, I said, well, why don't you just stop eating dinner? And he was like, hey, that ain't a bad idea, kid. And, you know, the next thing you know, he's calling me up a week later saying, hey, I just made my first week. And then he's calling me up a month later and saying, hey, look, my neck, I can button my top button for the first time. And I'm feeling better. And I'm losing notches on my belt. And I'm not exactly sure an exact number of weight he's lost. I'm sure he'll watch this and maybe he'll throw the comment down there as to how much weight he's lost. But I do know that he showed me a graph of his cholesterol, and his cholesterol has been high for a long time. And the chart, you can see when he starts fasting, the cholesterol just goes shoo. He's just done amazing. He told me he feels 20 years younger. And that's nothing to slouch on when you're pushing in your high 60s. So I think that it's been huge for my Uncle Tom, and he's doing the right thing every day. He's fasting hard, and so you can see the people that are really close to me, that are in my inner circle, that have picked up on this and really started to fast. It's been life-changing for each one of them. And I also want to stress that my dad's currently doing OMAD, and so am I. But my wife's doing a Warrior. My mom's doing a 16-8. My Uncle Tom's doing a 16-8, although he has completed 24-hour fasts. He has done OMAD. My Uncle Tom plays with it all. He's even considering doing a juice fast. So he's really getting into fasting. He wants to try some autophagy and do a little bit of, maybe a quarterly longer fast kind of thing. So, each one of us has experienced our own thing. And the beautiful thing is it's very personal. And that's one thing I think people don't understand about fasting is you just got to start. And if it's 12 and 12 to get your feet wet and then moving it higher from there, that's fine. You may end up on OMAD. You may end up in an alternate day fasting. You may end up on a thing where fasting isn't really for you at all. But I think that it's an intimate thing to yourself, something that you feel when your body needs food, and but you don't understand that until you start fasting. But once you start fasting, I think you get in the swing of it, and you begin to understand what you need and what you don't need. And that's a beautiful gift that OMAD is ready to hand you, or better yet, intermittent fasting is ready to hand you. It's ready to hand you this gift. You just got to reach forward and take it, and then figure out how it fits into your life, what you need to do in your life within it. But I know it's, for me, it was the right thing. And for these people that are close to me, it's the right thing. So guys, that's all I got for you today, man. It's a little bit short, ready to go. I just wanted to let you guys know that it's made a positive impact with all the people closest to me, and I hope it's impacting you in a positive way. Leave me a comment down below and tell me what it's done for you guys. I'll get to you on the next video where I'm going to actually talk about what OMAD has actually done for me. Everything it's done for me. I'll see you next time. Peace.